Hi, everybody. Welcome to TAASA Talks, the 87th. Just a reminder, this is a platform where we demystify the ledge process here in Texas and provide updates on how the survivor-centered bills for sexual assault are faring here at the Texas Ledge. So I'm joined today again by our in-house Texas Ledge experts, senior policy advisors, Kristen and Catherine. Very excited to have them on this journey along with all of us as we navigate the Texas Ledge. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was after the storm. So we mentioned last segment about Winter Storm Uri and how that affected not only personally our lives, but also just some of the physical damage that happened out there to the rape crisis centers, to domestic violence shelters. So TAASA and TCFE teamed up together to provide a website for folks to give directly to those affected programs. So it's afterthestorm.org. You just go there and you can see the different programs of the different damages they have and the dollar amounts that they need to get back up and running. So it's about 1.7 million across the state. But it's very important. I wanted to point out that the money goes directly to them. So once you get into the website, you click on it and you're donating directly to the program. It's not coming to TAASA. It's not going to TCFE. We just wanted to put that out, put the message out there for those of you, because we've gotten a lot of requests, not only from stakeholders in Texas, but across the country. So I just wanted to let you know that is up and running, and we're very thankful to our sister coalition, the Texas Council on Family Violence, for all of their efforts and working so collaboratively with us on that project. So the next thing, I just wanted to give a quick update on the budget process. So last segment, we talked a little bit about the budget process, and actually maybe an episode before that. So if you cannot go to sleep until you know about the budget process and all that riveting stuff that we all talked about, you can go to YouTube, go to the TAASA channel, and then we have the Texas TAASA Talks, playlist. So you can go there and catch up on all the things that we talked about with the budget process. But last Monday, the House Appropriations met, and it is led by Representative Mary Gonzalez. She's the chair of that committee. So it was basically the same process as Senate Finance in the sense that all the agencies came to defend and explain their budget. And what was really great is that after the Office of the Attorney General concluded their presentation, Representative or Chairwoman Gonzalez inquired about the funding sources for rape crisis centers. I was also able to provide testimony about the amazing work that's happening across the state and the valuable life-saving services that you all provide for sexual assault survivors. But I just wanted to point out how important it was and how just deeply moving it was to hear the chairwoman specifically ask about rape crisis center funding. So I think that I think it's the work of all of us together, kind of giving those stories the reality of what's happening on the ground. But before that, the week before that, we were able to connect with some committee members to discuss the issue. So again, a special thanks to Amy Jones out of Dallas at Darcy, Sandra at the Center Against Sexual and Family Violence in El Paso, and Wendy Hanna at the Turning Point in Plano. And also just a special thanks to Representative Holland, Representative Sherman, Representative Schaefer for their judicious follow-up and their commitment to the communities by asking these questions about this funding and how they could help. And also a special thanks just to the brilliant leadership of Representative Mary Gonzalez. I was equally impressed, with the process and the House side of things as I was with Senate Finance under the leadership of Jane Nelson. I just think it's amazing to have these two strong, fierce women in charge of such a big thing as the Texas budget. You hear a lot about the budget just on the news and people talking and this money here, money there. But these are two women that have a really unique position in that budget, and their strong leadership, and they have shown that they are tremendous stewards of this process, and they are fierce protectors of the integrity of the whole situation. So very, very proud of them. And if you have a chance, you should take a look at those videos where they are asking the right questions and making sure that the budget is sound. So next, what's going to happen is you're going to have Senate Finance and the House Appropriations that will put together working committees to resolve the budget issues. So we're going to continue to work with them and bring your issues and the issues of sexual assault survivors up front and center to make sure that that's not forgotten as they finalize the budget process. But we'll have more on that on the next TAASA Talks. So again, before I hand it over to Kristen and Catherine, I just wanted to say that, all this work that we're doing and we're talking about, the work that on the ground with sexual assault survivors. Yes, our goal is to ensure that there's resources for us across the state. But I think another good byproduct of that is that we are communicating the issue, this really important issue that is so misunderstood. There's lots of misconceptions around sexual violence, especially with adult non-strangers. So the fact that we're able to have this audience that has this influence over resources and they are listening and they want to help is just a huge victory, if anything else. So I just wanted to thank you all for helping us with that process and thank the elected officials for really, I feel, caring about the constituents in their area and across the state. So with that, I will stop talking and I will hand it over to Kristen and Catherine to provide more updates on what's happening.
Thank you, Rose. So Catherine and I just wanted to take a moment this week to talk a little bit about some bill hearings that we've been a part of here at TAASA, because it's been like a long wait to get to this point, but bill hearings are happening now. And so you'll probably see emails about them, or maybe if you tuned into a hearing, you saw some testimony this week. But the first thing I wanted to touch on was a bill from Chairwoman Niave, and that is HB 39. And the hearing for that bill took place on Monday. And our policy director, Liz Boyce, testified on behalf of TAASA, and some other folks from around the state also provided testimony. And so we were super excited about this bill. This is an evolved version of one of TAASA's priority items from last session. It addresses a lot of different inefficiencies and barriers in protective order statutes. And so we're just really, really grateful to the leadership of the chairwoman for bringing this issue forward, especially so early in the process. I mean, it really shows a commitment to ensuring that this gets passed. And so that was a really, really big moment for the state, and we're really grateful for it. Catherine is going to talk about the other bill that we testified on this week.
Yeah, so we also tackled some sexual harassment bills this week. Senate State Affairs heard Senate Bill 45 from Senator Zaffirini, which would extend sexual harassment protections to employees of small businesses, which is roughly half of Texans. It's a really cool bill because a lot of workplace protections just don't apply to small employers, including sexual harassment protections. And that bill was heard in State Affairs. I think the hearing went pretty well. We only submitted written testimony for that one, but we testified via Zoom on Wednesday, yesterday, on another NAAVE bill, which extends the statute of limitations for reporting sexual harassment to the Texas Workforce Commission from the current 180 days to 300 days. And that's really cool because it would make us a national leader on sexual harassment protections. Y'all know as well as we do that it takes a really long time to process any kind of trauma, harassment, or assault, and then to make the decision to report only to realize that your statute of limitations has run out to gain any accommodations at work is really difficult. So this is House Bill 21. It's really cool. And we're really excited that we were given the opportunity to testify on that one as well. And bill filing is done as of tomorrow. It's the last day that you can file any legislation. We are happy to report that all of TAASA's priorities have been successfully filed. So now we are just waiting for hearings on them. But yeah, so we are like moving into the next phase of things where everything has been filed, and now we are waiting for committee hearings, which is the next thing I wanted to chat with y'all about. You might have gotten some emails this week, action alerts saying this is up for committee, call your lawmakers, we really believe in it, or this thing needs to get a hearing. Please call these members, ask them for a hearing. Pay close attention to those action alerts. It's a really easy way to help us have a successful legislative session, but they're super, super time sensitive. So if you get one and you have 5 minutes, you can usually knock out the tasks in those emails within 5 minutes. But yeah, thank you so much.
Awesome. Is there anything else before I close it out? The Capital Days.
Capital Days is March 29th to April 1st. We had to reschedule, obviously, because of the storm. This will be an abbreviated version, but we will still have office hours support for anybody who needs it around their lawmaker visits. And Loretta Ross will still be speaking to us, which is hugely exciting. So we'll start with a abbreviated kickoff event on the 29th, and we will end with a happy hour and bingo game on the afternoon of the 1st. So we hope you all can join us.
All right. So, well, thank y'all for the updates. Again, I really enjoy, even though I'm in the process, with you all are doing way more in the weeds than I am, and even especially those who may be watching this are. So really appreciate y'all kind of talking about the process, what needs to happen, and also appreciate and respect the fact that it is so timely. And I'm learning that, especially now with the way that we have our setup here at TAASA. So thank you all for that. And also just wanted to thank so much for the Rape Crisis Centers for just kind of heeding the call. Every time I give them a call and say, we need to do this, they're right there. So we will continue to do that. And we appreciate that. This is not only helpful to your community, but just the entire state. And really, most importantly, for sexual assault survivors in our great state, because that is why we are all doing this work in the first place. So thank you all for that. And again, a special thank you to those elected officials that I've seen in action. I'm going to say it again, Senator Jay Nelson, just so impressed with her fierceness, and then also equally impressed with Representative Mary Gonzalez to see her in action. It is just, as a female, as a mother, just really great to see. Not to say that the men aren't doing their work, they absolutely are, but it's just another level for me personally to see that. And those two fierce women and the other women that are involved there. So anyway, I'm done. Thank you all so much. And we look forward to seeing you or you hearing from us or whatever, for the next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.